Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm Pamela Clark, founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group, and I'm here with David Smith, the founder of Silicon Valley High School, who has helped us get these podcasts produced and delivered to you.
Yes, Pamela, when we saw the great things that you and your army of volunteers were achieving at New Heights, we wanted to get involved. We're happy to work with you to leverage the internet and make quality education accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere.
Thank you, David. We appreciate Silicon Valley High School helping us to get these podcasts out to the hundreds of thousands of listeners from all over the world. So I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I am your host, Erika Hanson. Today, I have a very special panel with me today. We'll be discussing cyberbullying. So I'd like to introduce Pamela Clark. She is the CEO and founder of New Heights, the New Heights Educational Group. Hi, Pamela.
Hi.
So, Pamela, we started this roundtable just so we can let people know about bullying and cyberbullying in schools. I'm going to introduce the rest of our panel. This next voice you'll hear is Buffie Williams. She is my cohort in crime as far as the New Heights Show on Education. She specifies in the educational system. Isn't that right, Buffy?
Yes, that's right, Erika, and thank you for having me on the roundtable today.
Oh, you're welcome. Next with me, I have Lissandra Scott. She is a former radio host, just like Buffy and I are. Hi, Lissandra. Is there any other info you'd like our listeners to know about you?
Hi, Erika. Thanks for the introduction. I'm just really excited about being here today, and I hope everyone enjoys themselves on the show.
All right. Well, let's get started. No time like the present. So we thought of this roundtable collectively just so we could center on the question of bullying, because it is a question that continues to be an issue throughout our school systems here in the United States. And in fact, as of 2019, bullying rates have increased. So what is bullying? How would you describe bullying? Let's go ahead, Buffy, since you're the educational expert with us.
Yeah, as well as the panel themselves, yes.
Oh, yes.
Bullying is usually defined by a power imbalance between one person and another. And most definitions include conduct that significantly affect the school environment or limit the students' participation. And there are varying types. So we have what we traditionally think of as bullying, and then we also have bullying as it relates to disability, race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, citizenship, gender, and now sexual orientation. But the courts have started to definitely view bullying in a different aspect as far as indifference. Deliberate indifference bullying. It's a clear, unreasonable response to harassment in light of the circumstances. And then, of course, we have cyberbullying.
Right, which is a whole new
campus, which is a whole new ballgame for this particular generation, especially with social media being so prevalent.
So let me check something really quick. For our listeners, we're going to go to a quick break and we will be right back. This is the New Heights Show on Education.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough.
Hang on.
Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs
I can hear you.
We not only think you're smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group. Educational resources to help reach your goals.
Welcome back to the New Heights Show on education. Once again, I'm here with our panel on bullying. So, given that it's such a high intensive problem within the United States, what is happening to children who get bullied? Let's put it that way. What type of effects can they have on their psyche? Obviously, of course, if they're physically bullied, that's, could be another issue that comes up as actual physical pain. But more long-lasting, what are the long-lasting effects? Anybody's open to this question.
That's Pamela Clark. This was really important for me to cover this because a lot of the advocating that I have done just in this last year with the public school kids in our neck of the woods, it's been shocking, very upsetting, and it's shocking in the sense that the public schools in our area have a tendency to cover for adult instructors that are abusing their power, and they don't put the students first.
Right.
So we've dealt with that in so many ways this year that are absolutely disgusting and shocking. And these kids are almost forced into submission in a sense because let's say some of the kids that I myself have worked with, their families, maybe they were on a sports team. Well, if you're in a public school and you want to be on a sports team, then you have to do whatever the adults say that you have to do.
Right.
And so that if the person isn't honest or an upstanding individual, some people abuse that power. I mean, I've heard from parents that have allegedly shared that some parents, some teachers actually have said to them, well, if you want to get on my good side, you need to do this, this, this. And if you want to be on my bad side, I will lock you in the janitor's closet. And or just the language that I have seen in writing and correspondence of the level of abuse. It is so much more than just regular bullying. And kids are afraid to come forward because, for example, one child that did, everybody else on the team was told by the coach, allegedly, to kind of single them out. And they went to like this party, and the parents and the students ganged up on the parent of this other child and said they were all going to beat them up. I mean, that's a whole level of bullying that most people will never see.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Go ahead.
No, I just said it's shocking.
Yeah, it is. And we were speaking on the phone when we conceived this idea. Me, and Buffy, I related a story of a friend of mine's niece who had seen bullying from a particular teacher. And this was consistent with this teacher. At one point, I don't know if it's a she or he, but the teacher actually grabbed a student by their collar and dragged them out to the hallway. That teacher has since been fired, just so you know, which is good news. But my point in bringing it up is I agree with you in that children have no power. You have a person who's in authority, and what are you supposed to do as a child? unreal. Lissandra, so what have you been seeing, Lissandra, excuse me, what have you been seeing out there in the wild?
Yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, I used to serve as a sub teacher when I was working on toward my bachelor's degree some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And just in that setting, I would see some things that just were uncanny, and of course I would, as the authoritative figure, I would have the opportunity to intervene. But unlike Pamela's experience, but similar, it wasn't so much the adults as it was just other children.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed bullying other children, and I'm just flabbergasted how they could just be so cruel. For example, there was one time I was in the lunchroom, I was doing cafeteria duty, and I saw this child just threatening this other child not to eat their food, or they were going to, I think they said punch them in the arm, if I heard correctly.
Wow.
And I was just so shocked, and the poor thing's just sitting there scared to touch his food because he's scared about getting hurt by the other child. So of course I came over and split them up, and everything was fine. But it just makes you wonder how much of that stuff goes on that you don't even see.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
And I wanted to get at Lissandra. She wasn't a past host. She's actually an HR coordinator with us.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification there. I knew she was a past host. I wasn't certain of her current position.
She's in HR.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So some of the types of bullying, though, you remember those, Erika? That you want to kind of list off?
Let's take a look. I had.
Hi, this is Buffie.
Go ahead.
The different types are just what we generically think of as bullying, and then bullying as protected status as far as someone's disability or race.
Mm-hmm.
Bullied in various different ways. They can be bullied for their religion, their national origin, or citizenship, or gender, or sexual orientation. So these days, it's a different ballgame for students who are going to school now. They're bullied for so many different reasons, and then on top of that, add the pressures of possibly being bullied by adults in the school system, whether they're resource officers or people who are tasked with actually protecting them, but actually putting them in a vulnerable position.
I know.
Yeah, that's unreal. So
we have where, like principals. I mean, I've heard of stories where principals have bullied their teachers, the teachers bullying teachers, bullying students, and students bullying students, or students bullying teachers, then coaches bullying students, parents bullying parents. And then the cyberbullying. I mean, I never thought, too much about really the depths of how far it goes down that rabbit hole.
It's really systemic. Within the entire, I guess, if you take a school and use it as a microcosm of a society, not to get too academic.
Point, Erika. Very valid point. This is Buffy. Hello.
Hi, Buffy.
It starts with leadership, and it trickles down. And so if you don't have a leadership that's strong and that implements those policies and has a no tolerance for them bullying or students bullying other students, then the cycle continues.
That's true. I mean, that's part of New Heights. I mean, in the sense of how we've always handled it. I mean, it's been pretty few and far between, but it's because of my insistence. Whenever I've dealt with anyone, I've witnessed so much over the years that even when I would have people that were working with me, they would be there when maybe a family came in for help, and you could tell that the parent, they're very low income sometimes, and they were not dressed very nice, and I noticed a shift of even the way that the people working